All right, Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone and salutations to the elect. This is Brother Lawyer from Great Millstone, Miami. And I want to do a lesson on this article that one of the brothers in my camp, the brother Samak, shared with me in the camp as of yesterday. Okay, going in on the drought that's continuing to batter the west coast of the United States, man. All right, this is from the Los Angeles Times. It's entitled "Household Water Wells Are Drying Up in Record Numbers as California Drought Worsens." Okay, all right, and of course, hey, first of all, Lord willing, this video is edifying, and of course, hey, the things that we see taking place in the earth are all according to what biblical prophecy, man. All right, the events that are taking place in the world, all right, run parallel to what's written in the Bible, man. The Lord said He declares the end from the beginning, man. All right, and of course, as a result of these droughts, which are a result of the Lord, really turning up the heat, you know, of the sun, bombarding the earth with heat and radiation. All right, that leads to drought, and what else does that lead to? Famine. Okay, all right, which again, all of this is talked about in the Bible, man. All right, so clearly we are in the last days. The Lord is confirming His word, man, and He's confirming the word of His prophets. Praise the Lord, man. The Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, this is a great time, to be in the know, okay, to be in the spirit. All right, so with that being said, I want to read from this article. It says, Corey in California for almost 4 decades, water flowed faithfully from Fred and Robin Amfeld's private well here in rural Tehama County, a region where thirsty orchards of walnuts, almonds, plums, and olives stretch across thousands of acres. Okay, so of course, if these vineyards and orchards are not receiving water to supply their produce, okay, their plants and their produce, that's going to lead to food shortages, man. Okay, walnuts, almonds, plums, and olives, man. Okay, it says, but that reliable store of household water began to sputter last year and then ceased completely this summer as California's driest 3 year period on, I'm sorry, amid California's driest 3 year period on record. Okay. All right. So this is record breaking stuff going on in the world, man. All right. It's getting worse and worse by the day, by the month, by the week, by the month, and by the years, man. Okay. It's like every headline concerning what food supply, weather, okay, war, all right, the economy, okay, violence, psychological health, relations between nations, man. All right. It's like it's all bad news, man. And the Lord prophesied of this, man, the stress of nations with perplexity. Okay. It says now the Imfelds and other residents here are scrambling to find alternative water sources and trucking in supplies to fill massive portable I'm sorry, and trucking and supplies to fill massive portable water tanks that have sprouted up throughout the community. It says, I call it a silent disaster because it's not like hurricanes where everything gets blown away. Fred Imfeld 70 said of the well's failure. It's just like one after another of these wells just keep popping dry. And if we have another hot summer like this year or last year or another year with little rainfall, it's going to be double. All right. So if this problem with the droughts, lack of rain, okay, record breaking heat continues, they're gonna run out of water, man. Okay, and you're gonna start seeing people not have enough food, not have enough water. You're gonna start seeing mass exoduses and migrations from different parts of the earth as a result of a lack of resources, man. Okay. It says across California, domestic wells are drying up in record numbers due to severe drought and the overpumping of underground aquifers. The crisis has hit rural farming areas particularly hard and left some families to fend for themselves or wait years for permanent solutions as nonprofits, state water officials, and well drillers struggle with a growing backlog of assistance requests. Okay, so farmers are struggling as a result of this, man. Which means again, famine. The Lord said, "What cut off the sower from Babylon." Okay, and him that handleth the sickle in the time of harvest, man. Okay, This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 16. It says, cut off the sower from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle in the time of harvest, for fear of the oppressing sword, they shall turn everyone to his people, and they shall flee everyone to his own land. Okay, so you're gonna see again, farmers, they just going out of business. All right, for one reason or another. Okay, and one of the main reasons is why, because of the lack of water supply, man. Okay, so which means that that people are not going to be, grocery stores are going to be running empty. People are not going to be able to feed themselves, man. Okay, let's go. All right, it says reports of dry household wells are the highest that they've ever been. This year, nearly 1,400 household wells have been reported dry, and nearly 40% of over the same period last year, and the highest annual number reported since 2013. All right, so this has been going on for a while, man. The Lord has really been plaguing this earth, man. Okay, and this stuff like this goes underreported, man. It's crazy how you like, unless you're like vigilant, like you should say to watch, you're not gonna know about this stuff. Okay, you're not gonna know about this stuff, and that's why when these plagues really start hitting, people gonna be so caught off guard, man. Okay, all right, and this is just one instance, man. The Colorado River is running dry. All right, the Mississippi River is running dry. Okay, so that's disrupting supply chains. Okay, you got different lakes and reservoirs, dams all over the world, rivers running dry, man. Droughts and famines all over the world going on, man. Food insecurity, as they say, man. Okay, all right, which is food insecurity is just a fancy word for famine or food shortages, man. Okay. All right. It says when the California Department of Water launched the dry well reporting system, the actual number of dry wells is likely higher because reporting is voluntary. So it's worse than they even know. Okay. It's worse than the numbers tell because people don't always report. Okay. All right. Now I do want to bring out this precept because I thought it was it was interesting, man. This is Isaiah chapter 3, verse 1, it says, for behold, the Lord of hosts, doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread, and the whole stay of water. Okay, now this is a curse that the Lord put upon us, man. All right, he diminished our food and our water supplies when we were in the land of Israel. Okay, and you can guarantee in these different parts of the world where Jake dwells, Latin America, North America, the Caribbean, West Africa, and scattered abroad. All right, Jake suffers to make ends meet. Okay, but this curse is going to be transferred over to all these other nations that hate us, man, as it tells you in Deuteronomy, the 30th chapter, man. Okay, all right. Now, this is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 38. It says, a drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up, for it is the land of graven images, and they are mad upon their idols, man. So a drought is upon the waters of Babylon, man. That's, again, a curse that the Lord is putting upon this place, man. It says areas with the highest number of well failures include Fresno, Madera, Tulare, and Tahama counties, Central Valley regions, where surface water shortages have driven growers to drill deeper and deeper irrigation wells. Well, none of that stuff's gonna work. Okay, all right, that's done. Okay, the good times are gone. All right, you can forget about it, man. Okay. It says rural communities are particularly vulnerable to drought and water problems because they lack the finances, organization, and infrastructure of urban and suburban areas. It says they also suffer disproportionately from water affordability issues as well as water contamination. Droughts, okay, we just read that in Jeremiah 50, and overpumping cause groundwater levels to drop, causing contaminant concentrations to increase, okay? All right, so hey, man, I believe through the spirit, just speculating through the spirit, you're gonna have a lot of people leaving these rural regions, man. All right, and moving to the bigger cities, man. All right, let's see. It says in wet years, most of the state's water comes from surface sources such as rivers, lakes, and streams. While groundwater accounts for about 40% of supplies. In time of drought, however, California groundwater depends rockets to 60% or more, increasing demand of on aquifers. Okay. All right. What did the Lord say, man? All right. This is Isaiah chapter 42, verse 14. It says, I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. Okay, so the Lord is getting ready to open up on people, man. Which He already doing it, man. You know, hey, the Lord is the Lord, like scriptures say, man. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, man. All right, you see all the wickedness going on, man. All right, I don't feel bad for nobody. No damn California, man. All right, may the Most High be with the brothers out there, but for everybody else, you know, that don't believe in Yahweh Shem Shah, that's not part of the hopeful righteous select. Hey, death to them, man. The Lord's bringing these plagues, man. All that lewdness that goes on over there, man. Hey, that's good for those people, man. The scriptures say lewdness is the mother of famine, man. Okay, all right. Lewdness is the mother of famine. That's good for them, man. All right, all this wickedness that goes on in this world, man. You think the Lord just gonna just sit there, you know, and not allow terrors and evils to come upon them? All right, this is verse 15. It says, "And I will make waste mountains and hills and dry up all their herbs." Okay, all right. You see earlier in the article, what did they say? All right, you have orchards of olives, plums. Okay, all right, walnuts. All right, so on and so forth, man. Farmers, okay, that are struggling to survive, man. All right, produce. Why? Because of the lack of water. And I will make the rivers islands and dry up all their pools. That's it right there, man. Okay, that's this part. That's this part of the article that they reported is a fulfillment of that prophecy, man. The Lord is the one responsible for this, man. All right, it says in wet years, most of the state's water comes from sources such as rivers, lakes, and streams, while groundwater accounts for 40% of supplies. In times of drought, however, groundwater depends rockets to 60% or more, increasing demand on aquifers. Okay, those with shallow wells, mostly homeowners, typically run out of water first as aquifer levels drop. Okay, all right, because again, um, when the wet years come, of course they can rely on the rivers, the lakes, the streams, but then the droughts come, all right, and all those surface sources of water get evaporated, so they have to rely on groundwater, man, and then people over pump, over pump, over pump, okay, all right, and then eventually run out of water, all right. That's a plague from Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. The Lord said He was going to bring plagues upon the world: sword, famine, death, and destruction, man. All right. Hey, this is Revelation chapter 16, verse 8. It says, "And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given to him to scorch men with fire," man. Heat waves, droughts, man. All right. All right. This has truly been the year of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai turning up. And men were scorched with great heat and blasphemed the name of Yahweh. Right? So as these plagues are going on, what are people doing? Blaspheming the name of the Lord, man. Which hath power over these plagues, and they repented not to give him glory, man. Okay? All right, they don't turn back to the Lord. And as you read this chapter, it goes into the Lord drying up the river Euphrates, which the river Euphrates practically doesn't exist anymore, man. Okay? All right, it's going. The Lord is opening up on this earth, man. All right, I'm gonna close out with this, man, because hey, hey, the Lord said, "What where two or three agree in my name, on anything that shall be done in earth, or it shall be loosed in heaven, man." All right, this is Revelation chapter 11, verse 4. It says, "These are the two olive trees and the two candlesticks standing before the God of the earth." Okay, representing the prophets of the northern and southern kingdom. Okay. All right, it says, "And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth and devoureth their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed, because the Lord is going to bless his prophets with spiritual power." It says, "These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy." Okay, so you see these droughts, lack of rain, the Lord holding back rain. Okay, all right, lack of rainfall. All right, droughts, heat waves. That's a result of the fact that the Lord has poured the Spirit out upon brothers and on the highways and byways to preach these plagues. All right, to speak these plagues upon the earth the same way it was in the times of Moses and Aaron. Okay, Elijah. Okay, he prayed and the Lord kept back rain for a space of 3.5 years, man. Okay, All right, and have power over waters to turn them into blood and to smite the earth with plagues as often as they will, man. All right, so the Lord is hearkening unto the words of His prophets, that those groanings, Yahweh Shem Shai, bring these plagues. That fervency brothers got out to go out there and do these videos and go out on the highways and byways. The angels are recording that and bringing that back to the Father. All right, and hey, plagues are coming down upon Babylon. So hey, with that, Lord willing, this video is edifying. Matter of fact, let me famines, famines. Hold on, I gotta bring out that precept. You just gotta bring it out. This precept just has to come out. Okay, all right. This is Matthew chapter 24. All right, and verse 3, it says, "And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?" Okay, so the disciples in their time, while Yahweh was walking the earth, would ask him, at various times, what will be the signs to declare that your return is nigh, is near, you're coming soon, Now, just jumping down to verse 7, just to get to the point. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation." We see that happening in the earth. Okay, Iran and the state of Israel, America and Russia. Okay, America and Ukraine. I'm sorry, Russia and Ukraine. Okay, wars in the Middle East. All right, all these things. Right. It says, "In kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines." Okay, famines. All right, famines can be a result of drought, of heat waves, of lack of rainfall. Okay, you hear about food shortages, food insecurity taking place around the world, man. Okay, and pestilences. Okay, different diseases. That, I mean, come on, since 2020, you should already know. And earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. So these things are going to get worse and worse and worse until the Lord comes back, man. Okay, so hey. All right. Call Haloyim La Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect. Lord, when this video was edifying, and Shalom.